what just happened? And coming to you live from Kenny's basement apartment, where I have no idea if we are live or not because a screen just popped up. And we have been doing Sports Allegedly After Dark. It is Sports Allegedly.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us for this episode on the 7th day of February. At what? 10? Episode 115. I was like, it's not 1:15 a.m. yet, but thank you for joining us for this episode of Sports Allegedly. Sean to my right. I'm Kenny. Appreciate y'all joining us for now or listening later for our super duper wonderful big game Super Bowl preview.
Hey, you know what? We have audio listeners.
And so for the big Super Bowl preview, we'll start. I mean, we're going to talk some basketball. We're going to talk a little softball. We're going to talk some NBA trades. We'll do that.
Dumbass NBA.
But let's.
And if you hear barking in the background,
that's our new mascot.
Anyway. Kenny's new Wonder Boy, Ralphie boy.
So let's start with the Super Bowl. So we talked a little bit about it last week.
Yes.
2 days.
We got into the games. Yeah. We got into the games and how the games ended.
T-minus less than 48 hours away.
It's coming
hard from kickoff. And I'll let you start, Sean. I mean, give me some of your. I mean, before we get into our picks, we talked a little bit. I don't know if we give our picks. I think we did.
I gave my pick. Well, I gave my score pick, but
yeah. So we've got our official picks now.
No, it's still Philadelphia. I'm still taking Philly.
I as well.
Yes, all of us. I know in our in our betting pool. I do believe
our friendly wager pool.
I do believe that there is one of your employees that is taking Kansas City.
Yes.
But everybody else is taking Philly. Now, here's the keys to what Philly's success has been. And we talked about this in the Washington game, and it was about Vic only sending 3 and 4 and not blitzing as much, which he did in that Washington game, and had huge success. Where the majority of the game, he only sent 3 or 4 guys. There was not a lot of blitzing in that, and I can foresee him doing this again. So that way his D-backs can play zone or a little zone man, mix them up, how it goes. Stopping the Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce over the middle, most important.
Yeah, that's kind of become a thing again this year.
I don't believe that having to stop the run for them is a major point, because I believe that Kansas City's run game is mild, mid at most.
Very true.
So stopping the passing game is going to be the main focus for Philadelphia. And if Vic can get away with just sending 3 to 4 guys, you are going to be successful, because then you can keep your secondary linebackers in zone, or play, like I said, zone man. It'll mix up whatever you're going to do. And then the offense, Saquon Barkley has got to be stopped. And congratulations on Offensive Player of the Year.
Well deserved.
Should have been MVP and Offensive Player of the Year.
I don't know.
He did a lot for that team.
He did
a lot more than Bubba Boy.
I
love Josh Allen, but he did more than Josh Allen.
You take away Saquon Barkley, they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. You take away Josh
Allen. But they had DeAndre Swift with that.
It don't matter. But he wasn't there, so they still went to the Super Bowl.
Okay,
they don't need him.
You take away Josh Allen, and they got
5 wins.
They're still going to lose.
They got 5 wins.
They still can't get to the Super Bowl.
They don't make the playoffs. That's why.
And there he is.
That's why he is.
And there's Mr. Ralph playing with a young boy.
And that's why he's the MVP. Because it's the most valuable player.
But I believe that Saquon deserved both.
The level of talent from Philadelphia to
Philadelphia?
To the Billies.
Philadelphia to the Beagles.
The amount of
ladies and gentlemen, we have new teams in the NFL.
The amount of talent disparity between the Eagles and the Bills is pretty large. I mean, the Eagles are by far the best built team.
But I already said that Josh Allen was going to have to go through that Tom Brady year of not having a big name wide receiver and having to find that guy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Cooper re-signs with them too,
or Kupp goes there.
That's
I could see Kupp ending up in Buffalo. I don't know what they're going to give up for him, but I could see him ending up there.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be much to give up. No, the Rams are not asking for practically anything except. Please,
I think it's a second or third round.
No, I don't even.
Really what they want.
I know. I don't think they're going to get that.
But I think that's what they're asking.
Because the Rams have offered to give money towards the salary. That means they just want to get rid of him.
Well, right. So you're getting the salary. You're getting the salary and a pick. That's how you're going to get the pick.
I think the pick's 4th or 5th round at best.
Yeah, but I saw at least a 3rd round.
Possibly, yeah.
You know, plus the salary.
So going back to the game, because we'll talk about big free agents later.
So you've got one of the best wide receiving cores. You've got the best running back. And somebody coming out here in a door, you have a quarterback who you have embattled his entire career.
It's their weakness. It's the Eagles' weakness.
But I believe that he is playing better than he has in years. He's playing better than he did last year. He's playing better than he did to get them to the Super Bowl.
Well, minus the Super Bowl. I mean, the 2 years ago Super Bowl, he's 27 to 38 for 300.
But that's what I'm saying. He's playing better than that now.
Had a huge turnover, though.
He's got the weapons and he's got the O-line to keep him to where he can make those decisions.
No, I think that what they've done is...
This is what Joe Burrow needed he needed...
No, what they've done is they brought in Barkley to make sure that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to make a lot of throwing decisions.
And that's fine. And that's fair.
He's not that good.
Having a good run game,
a thrower.
Having a good run game, and the best receivers in the league is night and day. It's lights out. It really helps it. And plus, having the best, I think they're statistically they're the best O-line in the league as well.
They are. They finished, first in defense, 7th in offense. Were the
yeah, but I'm talking about the line. I'm talking about the line that keeps them going.
Overall as a team, yes, they are.
Because we thought when Jason Kelsey left that tush push was gone, and now they're doing the tush push, and it's still working.
The line looks better.
Yeah, and I think it. And I honestly, I do believe that he has been helping coach them as well. He's been in there talking with the players, even though he's an on-screen talent.
I think what you're going to see is a couple things as far as the Super Bowl, as the matchups go. We've talked a little bit about this. Hurts 2 years ago, this is not essentially a repeat, but it's got still a lot of the same players and a lot of the same players.
Yeah, we're missing a running back and a couple defensive guys and a couple offensive.
Okay, so you're missing the running back. They lost by 3. Then Mahomes had a hell of a 4th. And you've got.
Oh, you're looking at the older right now.
Pacheco, the older one. The Pacheco had the hell of the game in the second.
Seriously, remember two night and day defensive coordinators as well.
No, I agree with that because they give up 38 points. But at halftime, it was 24-14. But my point is the one X factor in this, and you've already talked about it, is Saquon Barkley. He's the guy that's going to make the difference in this game, and that's why the Eagles win.
You got to look at that championship game. It wasn't just Barkley. Remember, Gainwell got free as well.
Well, I think that now let's not compare what they done.
But what I'm saying is that line.
The Redskins showed up to be the Redskins who we all thought they should have been.
Okay, so what the Redskins did against Detroit was. You're just gonna say that was just a.
Well, we talked about Goff as four turnovers.
4 turnovers. Yeah, I know, but you're just saying. But that was the defense that got those 4 turnovers.
I don't know. I mean, I thought Goff played like hammered shit. I mean, it's why Sean McVay years ago.
I love your.
That's why Sean McVay years ago after the Super Bowl and they lost, he had to say, "Okay, we got to get a new quarterback." He took us to the Super Bowl. This team's in the Super Bowl. We're so much better. He's the weak link. Let's trade him, give Detroit picks, and then turn around and go, oh, wait, thank you, Matt Stafford, and now we won a Super Bowl. Right. I mean, that shows the difference.
Right, but they did that.
But I think the Redskins showed up finally to what we thought they was going to be.
But they did that, but no.
Give credit to the Eagles.
Hey, congratulations, Jaden Daniels. My pick for Rookie of the Year. My pick for the Bears' first-round pick, who they did not take, an absolute. How would you put that? He he was like a doctor on the field until he got to that championship game.
Well, he played number one defense. I mean, it happens.
But still, he was a doctor. He was slicing. He was cutting. He was doing
bringing out some old school
surgery.
Shit. Oh, my word.
He was doing surgery until he got to that championship game.
The analogies are just unreal tonight.
Well, you know what, Kenny? I don't do what you do.
And hello,
listen.
We are from the 1970s.
I don't do. Stop. I don't
cutting edge.
I don't do what you do and listen to the modern commentators and just regurgitate what they say.
I don't.
You do. You do.
I don't. I don't.
Oh, how many times did I have to hear generational talent?
Well, that word's funny because everyone uses it.
And
that's
then
why I
recently there was oh God, what were you saying that was so? And I was like,
was it trash? I don't know. I mean, that was a good one.
There was another generational term, but it was, and I know that you'd heard that from commentators.
Well, not necessarily sports commentators.
I know it was definitely sports commentators.
I love the words,
and you were definitely saying it
because people say it too much, and I
you regurgitate the shit out of it.
Just the words, not the analogies, or not the knowledge.
But he was very precise. He was very meticulous until he got to that championship game, and he got beat by a 3-4 front. He really did. Like, he did not know what to do. Regular season, you do remember they won one game. They lost the other game, I think, by 6 points.
Yeah, kind of a fluky game though.
I don't know why I can't get
Washington
pulled up.
But no, I mean, when you compare that game, it's tough to compare because you're really the second
game was tough to.
Washington's defense is so bad.
I'm going to say the second game was tough to compare. Remember, that was the Kenny Pickett game.
I mean, let's be honest. Washington way overachieved. They were the.
We knew they were going to, but we did not know that they were going to go to the championship.
That's correct. No, I totally agree. And
we had picked them to overachieve, but we had not picked them to overachieve that much.
Correct. And they were
6.5.
They were this year's Broncos.
Well, the Broncos were this year's Broncos too.
No, that's what I'm saying. The Washington was the AFC version of the Broncos.
Well, right,
because both those teams.
Yeah, Bo Nix
farther.
Had a hell of a.
Yes.
What is up with ESPN?
So no, going back to what I was talking about. Obviously, the number one defense, but Saquon Barkley is the key on this. I think what you do if you're Kansas City is Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, you wish. Philadelphia generally starts out a little slow. So has the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Pittsburgh has gotten better during the regular season. Kansas City's still a little slow.
I'm gonna say key for the Chiefs, especially to stop Saquon.
Well, no, I think you make Hurts. You make Hurts throw the ball.
Hold on, it's one. You keep a 4-man front.
At minimum.
With a spy.
At minimum.
With a linebacker spy. That linebacker spy has got to be able to stop Saquon. Left or right, as you send that 4-man. If that 4-man front can stop him, that's fine. If you can force Jalen to have to run or throw, that's also fine. But to keep the game under control, you're going to have to run that 4-man, and you're going to have to keep a spy linebacker. So that means that you might end up with at least 2 guys running man-to-man every defensive down just to keep Saquon Barkley in line, just to keep a guy there, who will be watching.
Of course, defensive coordinators everywhere will say we don't do spies. Well, you kind of do. I mean, it depends on how you run your defense. So spy, not a spy, whatever you want to call it.
We know
whatever you want to call it. But what they're going to have to do is make Hurts throw the ball.
What was it back in the day? You got an Ollie and a Louis and a.
Just make Hurts throw the ball. That'll win you the game.
Right, but you have to get to that point. You have to get to that point, and that's what I'm saying. You have to run a 4-man front at least with that offensive line.
And to the benefit of the Eagles, they have the 2 best if not the best wide receiver tandem in the NFL.
I'd say 3 best wide receivers. Plus, in that game, they are getting 2 guys back that I cannot pull up for some reason.
Talking about secondary people.
They're getting 2 guys off IR because the February 9th is when they come off IR. If you just go look at the game, I don't know what's going on with this. Google.
I'm just gonna look up to see if they get anybody else.
Google Chrome is trash.
So
it's not giving me the.
I did see that. I did see Ariza. Is he still sick for the? Okay.
So I did see a child over there just now. I did randomly see a weird little child over there.
Ariza's sick, I think, is what I've heard.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yes. So, you're talking about okay.
So they've got two guys. They've got one.
Uzma, Cody, and Brandon Graham. They
right. The Brandon Graham's going to be the big part. They're going to be a big part of
he
this.
might be able to play, yes. The other ones is not going to play. They just got brought off that.
But like I said, I know there's two guys coming off that are.
But otherwise, I think everybody's pretty healthy. So but anyway.
Now go look at the Chiefs. If you look at the Chiefs, they've got.
But it's really, we talked about it. Barkley's the key cog in this. Turnovers are always huge in the Super Bowl. And
Philly's not a turnover team.
And who plays the best line?
Philly's defense is a turnover.
Who's the best line team? Everything points to the Eagles. That's why I've got the Eagles winning. I've got them 31-23.
Oh, and I told you.
And I think a close game.
And I told you last week what I had, though.
Yeah, what was it? Do you even remember? I think.
What did you say?
I think 31-23. I think
I said 31-15, didn't I?
I don't remember. Anyway,
you wrote it down last
week. I know. I got to go back.
But anyways, I took 64 points in our. I took 64 points in our bar pick. I'm way over.
No shit.
I'm way over. I know that. Keep going back. There it is. 31-15.
You did pick that.
I had 44 points, but I'm going way over just in our pick. I mean, what, you score 55 points in your championship game?
Like I said, you can't compare that. Washington's got a horrible defense. Kansas City, Kansas City's got a good defense.
But Kansas City scored how many points against Buffalo? 32, wasn't it? Yeah. So there's at least 32. Yeah. So you, like I said, hey, we're gonna give them this.
Well, I think that Buffalo's defense is night and day. They are better than Washington, not as good as the Eagles.
Buffalo's a weird defense. So they're on, like I said, they played the Ravens and they were on, and then they went to Kansas City, and they couldn't stop anything over the middle to Travis Kelce.
Well, they couldn't stop knowing full well, down. Yeah,
full well that everything was going to go to Travis Kelce over the middle. They did not have a
third down was atrocious for them.
Third and fourth downs both were atrocious.
Well, I mean, I can understand a fourth down,
but both of them, both downs,
and that's a good point to bring up.
You were talking about the guy that got the MVP.
Eagles are known for going for it on fourth down.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Chiefs aren't as much, but they will. Well, it'll be interesting to see how they play that aspect of it and who comes out tight. Who's got the most to lose? That's why I think that Chiefs will come out tight. I think it's going to be low scoring in the beginning, kind of ticks up a little bit. Mahomes makes a run.
Second half's a blowout.
Mahomes makes
that's what everything.
Mahomes makes it a run at the end, and
I'm just going to say both teams will open up in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's close.
First half is going to be a tit for tat. It's going to be you score, we score, you score, we score. Back and forth. Maybe one team gets a field goal, or the other keeps getting touchdowns. But
generally, like we talked about, Super Bowls start out slow just because they're filling each other out. The adjustments. Both teams have good defenses, so you're playing good defense, offense. Who's going to be tight? I think it's the Chiefs on this one. Maybe not because they are, but maybe they.
Kenny,
well, maybe no, because maybe they've been there for all this time, and all the time they're not the ones that are tight. I disagree.
I love about this Super Bowl,
I think the more pressure's on them.
What I love about this Super Bowl is that both teams have been there. You're finally not looking at a team that's been there versus a team that's not been there.
One of the deer in the headlight teams that just get their ass pummeled, and it's 55 to...
Right, so Tampa Bay versus Cincinnati. Tom Brady had been there. The other guys that were around him had not, but...
We beat the Chiefs, not Cincinnati.
Oh, was it Chiefs? Yeah. Who beat Cincinnati? Rams. Rams, but they had been there before.
That game wasn't that far apart, though, if I'm not mistaken.
But it was a year after. But you remember that the Rams had been there before.
No, I thought the game was close, is what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, they had.
So that's what I'm saying. So now that they've been there, they know how to prepare. They, of course, Andy Reid Love that man. God bless his soul. Came out of the Mike Holmgren coaching tree. If you remember that.
Yeah, see, it was only 23-20. So the Bengals, and I think they had an opportunity.
But you remember that Andy Reid came out of the Mike Holmgren coaching tree.
Yeah.
He was with Dick Geron.
He did well at...
who was the Lions coach that they had? The Italian guy.
He did... it wasn't Wayne Fonts.
No, Wayne Fonts. It was the slick hair.
Steve Mariucci.
Yeah, Mariucci.
Yes.
There was a lot of coaches that came out of that, and sure. Andy has been...
Gruden was one.
Yeah, Gruden came out of that. Yeah. But Andy's been the one that's had the most success.
Correct.
And then look at his coaching tree. Well, it has been anemic.
Now, Andy doesn't get enough credit for what he done at Philadelphia.
No, I loved Andy at Philadelphia.
Took him to the Super Bowl, and I thought that if you look
and back, how many times did you look at him and think he was the coach that's never going to win a Super Bowl?
Oh, that was talked about.
He got to the championship. Donovan McNabb got him to the championship, him there.
He just wasn't that good.
Got him there, but then got him to the Super Bowl finally.
Yeah, he played. He did. Donovan plays a lot like...
Love Donovan McNabb.
I don't. I never thought he was that good.
Oh, I thought he was great. I just thought he made horrible decisions in big games.
But worse than others.
Right. Well, worse than Jalen Hurts, if you want to do that.
Worse than Allen.
Worse than Allen? Yeah. Worse than Brock Purdy? Yeah, he Donovan McNabb made very.
Brock, I have not talked enough about.
I know
Brock
you haven't.
Year.
We don't know what's going on with his contract either. So we're waiting.
2 years,
we're waiting on that.
16 cents.
$35 with a bonus of $40 million.
Now you can't.
If you achieve this, you get $40 million.
You can't talk. You can't predict turnovers. And that's going to be always. It is always key. No. And penalties at wrong times. How will the refs play into it? There's going to be
we already know the chefs. We already know the chefs. We already know that the refs association came out and said there is absolutely zero penalties that are called in favor of the Chiefs. I don't know if you saw that came out.
Yeah.
By the way, I
don't keep up with that.
I'm sorry that we are almost 30 minutes in, but I forgot to say R.I.P. Baby Bear, Virginia McCaskey.
Oh yes.
For the Bear, 103 years old.
Did we give Bob Uecker the old R.I.P.
I don't remember if we gave Bob Uecker or Jeff Torberg. Especially Bob Uecker. Bob Uecker was one of our beloved.
Just a bit outside.
Ball 18, the kid from the California Penal League. I forgot if we ever gave
I don't think we did.
Bob Uecker. I think we tried to remember. But Jeff Torberg, MLB coach as well. And then Baby Bear, Virginia McCaskey.
Are we missing somebody else, it seems like?
I'm sure there is. I don't know. But back to the game. I'm taking Philly. Philly in a favor. There's no three-peat for the Chiefs. It's a pipe dream for them.
And they'll be back next year or close.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, absolutely.
I just
because you have Spangula that's not leaving because he's already had his fill, and he said it numerous times. I've had my fill of being a head coach. I'm done. I'm happy where I am.
If somehow the Rams come out, and you got Pirine or you've got Pacheco making some sort of just amazing running game, then the Eagles will lose. That's the one key that's so different.
Yeah, I'm going to say Samaje Pirine is a very underrated running back who is a pass catcher, a very good pass catcher, because he went with Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow in that Super Bowl against the Rams. He played for them for years. That was your 1-2 tandem that worked very well, and they got rid of that 1-2 tandem.
Bengals are just cheap.
Oh, they just let him go.
Burrow has been pumping up them re-signing.
Oh, explain to me how Joe Burrow got the comeback player of the year.
He's hurt.
There were a lot of guys that were hurt.
That's
you know what? You know who would have been my comeback player? Mike Evans. I know your panties are just wet right now.
No, he didn't. He
wasn't
out that much.
But he did get hurt.
Yeah, but he wasn't out that much.
He did get hurt and came back to have a 1,000-yard season. Can you not tell me that that's more immaculate than Joe Burrow?
No, I think what they do
fighting not having an offensive line.
I think they want to take you and make you a complete year this year. You got to do it last year. You got to fuck up last year.
Well, he did. Didn't he get hurt last year?
Yeah, but not near as bad as this year.
It still got 1,000 yards. Got hurt the year before that. Still had 1,000 yards.
Oh yeah, first ballot Hall of Famer.
I know that I'm making your panties really wet.
That you're coming around to my thinking on the Mike Evans.
You know what? As long as you come around on the Brock Purdy, it's fine.
To what? That he made one accidental Super Bowl and then that's it.
No, he got screwed this year. Bad O-line.
They're done.
Injury.
We talked about it. The 49ers.
And that's whole team was injury riddled, and they never should have got rid of Steve Wilkes as their D coordinator.
Okay, so can we talk about free agency right now, and we can talk about Myles Garrett.
Woo! I know you want to do this.
I text you.
You are trying to get them Buccaneers.
I texted you earlier right as soon as I heard it, and I said, I'm going to go Bucks on this one's got a shot.
Bucks do not.
It comes out that his list of teams, allegedly, the Bucks are included in this.
That's right.
Bills, 49ers, Eagles, Cowboys, Bucks.
Hold on. Chargers are thrown in there because the Chargers are looking at Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Joey, like I said, Joey Bosa. So there's a lot of messages.
Yeah, but they're not leaving.
Hold on. For everybody that doesn't know, there's a lot of messages that go back and forth between me and him.
Yeah, they're not going to leave though.
But Joey Bosa has been hurt his entire career off and on. Has he had one complete season? I don't remember. Khalil Mack, they're looking at aging out. And so the Chargers are saying, well, Myles Garrett, we have a really good offense now. We don't need our first-round pick for 2 years. I would say right now that the Chargers do not need their first-round pick for 2 years. They're looking at a complete.
They should be looking at Cup more than they should be looking at Myles Garrett.
But still, and that's only a third-round pick. They need a wide receiver number 2. They've only got McConkey.
Yeah, who's turned out to
because Quentin Johnson is still Quentin Johnson.
Trash. Although I believe Zach at one point said he would be the rookie of the year in the wide receiver race in that class.
How did he do?
Yeah,
how did he do?
No,
where'd he get?
He still ain't any good.
Wait, how many drops did he have that season? 5, 15?
I don't know. Just not any good.
I know that he got lucky with Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Remember he picked up. He's like, oh,
he had a good. He had a good game.
Yeah, he got picked up at that.
Yeah.
He got. But LA Chargers have the most to gain from it. And I know, but there's also been talk about the Bears getting the Packers, especially. I know that's been. I've seen multiple articles written on that.
The Packers.
Yeah,
yes. I've seen it too.
And who else do we talk about?
Lions is a possibility.
Lions,
I don't know how they can do it.
Because they want somebody next to Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes.
Look, they can give up multiple picks for 3 years and not need it.
That
team is stacked. That team is stacked front to back.
I joked about the Cowboys, Dallas.
Oh, and Jerry will give up the farm.
Well,
just to have a superstar.
You re-sign Parsons, you bring in Garrett, and you take some heat off of the really bad offseason they've had.
Or you take the heat off of the really bad offense that you have.
Well, no, and then, they're getting a lot of shit for Derrick Henry when they come out and said, well, Cowboys just couldn't afford Derrick Henry last year. He had expressed interest in playing for the Cowboys, and they said, well, we can't pay you that. We can't afford you.
Jerry didn't want to pay it.
No, he doesn't. That's the whole problem.
And Jerry
he doesn't want to pay these middle guys, but hold on. But he way overpays these pseudo-stars.
Right. He
drafts.
Right.
His bitches
so
is
you
what
let,
I call it.
So you let, who's the kid that went to Tennessee?
Oh, he ain't any good either.
But he did very well there last season.
He did okay.
I mean, he wasn't horrible.
Pollard.
Let Pollard go. And he brought back Ezekiel Elliott because he thought that was going to be a...
Well, that was just cheap.
Return to form.
That was a cheap move there.
Yeah, but we all know that he was never going to return to form.
No.
We're well aware. There is no form with him.
All right. Mark it down. Slap a label. Myles Garrett will be. Pick 2 places, Sean. Where's he end up?
Detroit, LA Chargers.
Okay. I'm going to go...
Buccaneers and Detroit.
No, I'm going to go Tampa, and I'm going to go Bills for some reason.
Which I also told you that Baltimore does that sneaky BS.
They won't do it in the division, though.
I know, but Baltimore does that sneaky BS.
I kind of wonder if they even do it in the same conference.
But then if you look, well, okay, so also I saw that the Cincinnati could definitely use him.
No, they're way too cheap to get him.
I know, but like I said, Cincinnati. And then it was the other teams that I said that would try to take him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tampa, and I'm gonna go.
I'm not going Tampa. I'm going Chargers or Detroit.
One sneaky team we talked about, and we both agreed on this, and we didn't mention them in our top two, is Washington.
Oh, yes. I forgot about Washington.
A lot of cap space, good quarterback.
Huge, because we looked that up. And
Cooper Kupp would also be a good fit. So Washington, hey, why don't you take both those guys, trade for both.
Because you are doing very well on offense and defense financially.
Well, defense is trash. That's why they.
No, I mean they're still doing very well.
Financially, but they ain't any good. That's
I know, but look, they've got an $81 million cap space.
They're going to be the third highest.
Their total cap's $213.
Availability, yes.
We forgot to mention New England.
Nobody's going to New England. That's any
we
good.
know that, but we forgot to mention New England because everybody loves to mention New England.
Yeah, no, he's not going.
Robert Kraft is done. Belichick is out. Brady's gone. All the players that you had.
I like the Vrabel hire though. So,
do you think it's going to change it?
Culture guy.
Do you think it's going to change it over?
I don't know. It all depends on Drake May.
Who's his offensive coordinator?
Haven't even.
Monken?
No. Monken stayed with Baltimore. They re-signed him to a big fatty deal, and he's good. He is so good. Look, Lamar Jackson had his best year as a.
So we did do. I sent Kenny a text about the top. I would say the top 12 teams. Granted, you could throw Green Bay into that 13 spot, but the top 12 teams with the cap space: New England, Vegas, Washington, Arizona, Chicago, Chargers, and that's what I'm saying. Chargers are a big heavy because they could do the big contract. Minnesota, Detroit are both up there somehow.
Detroit's going to have to, because of all the youth. Detroit's going to have to do something short term before Gibbs.
Here's the question: how is San Francisco setting at number 9 with everything that they've got going on?
I wouldn't have thought they'd been that high.
Exactly. And then Tennessee, Cincinnati, and New York Giants with Green Bay right behind them. Now, we all know that Pittsburgh, who is sitting at number 14, has a quarterback issue. So
rumor had it, did they announce that Russell Wilson's not coming back?
I have not seen. I've just seen that they just keep saying, we need a quarterback. What quarterback are we keeping?
Gotcha.
All right. Well, is that it for NFL? I mean, there's no big coaching.
Waiting on the Saints, and that's going to be Smiley.
Yeah, they haven't brought that up yet.
That's the report. Sports Illustrated issue report that they were done with Russell Wilson.
Okay. And I don't know any other NFL news. I don't know any college football news. OU is keeping Brett Venables, but apparently I saw an article that a lot of people he hired behind him are very good at their jobs. So,
what are you talking about?
For college football, for Brett Venables. And, he's the defensive
coordinator.
He's calling the plays. But
I like that.
I did see an article that said that everyone that he hired behind him are very good defensive people. So he stacked himself.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying about that.
Really well.
Yeah, he's very well staffed.
Here's the problem. I think we're going to be a much better team and still finish about 6-6, 7-5, and because
7-8 wins.
The record. Our schedule, one report had us already at the hardest for next year.
Well, yes. I saw that. I saw that Oklahoma still had the hardest college football schedule. I saw the Big 12 had released their schedule.
Billy Napier, look at Billy, what he did at Florida, though. Crazy. I talked about him on this podcast way before he was hired. I loved it. and they were going to fire him. That dude.
After 3 years, they were going to fire him, and then he turned the shit around.
Yeah, that dude is a coach, and their recruiting class is way up there this year.
Well, here's the thing. So, ACC's released their schedule. Big Ten, I believe, has released their schedule. Big 12 has released their schedule. We already kind of know the SEC because they're the SEC.
Everything is backwards. I do know it was announced also today that Alabama hosting Oklahoma, that will be Alabama's homecoming.
Okay. As well as I have seen numerous reports of Auburn getting the number one receiver out of the portal.
Does that mean that
Jackson Arnold can throw to him? Yeah, allegedly. So sports allegedly, there is a lot that is going to go on with Auburn, and Auburn having, our ex-quarterback from Oklahoma, Jackson Arnold, and that he will have numerous targets and a very, very good running back, I think, as well.
Oh, they're a good team. Auburn is good.
Like Hugh Freeze has started to pull in the guys.
You got to understand, we were lucky to beat them last year. I mean, that was a miracle win.
Well, we weren't lucky. We should have beat them, but we should have dominated them. I mean, we should have beat.
Should have.
So here's the thing: we should have beat Ole Miss.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, we should have. We had that game. We were at the game.
We could have.
I don't care what you say. I was at 3 hours of fucking sleep. We should have won that game until the fourth quarter when everything fell apart.
Yeah. Well, end of our third.
So we're going to see Mateer. We're going to see Mateer. We're going to see what's his nuts.
Well, we've definitely upgraded on offense. If you want to talk about OU, we definitely upgraded on offense.
I want to talk about college football now. I'll just run into that real quick.
Good portal pieces.
I saw Grubb went to Alabama, so he's back with.
Did he really?
Yeah, Grubb went to Alabama.
Analyst?
No, I think he's OC.
Wow, he ran back there after he already told him for a week and then left.
Yeah, I could have swore I saw that.
I don't think he is the. Then who'd they get rid of?
Hold on, it's just.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's new offensive coordinator.
I missed that one.
Well, they fired the other guy.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they said they fired the other guy at the end of the season. That he's going to be, yeah, okay, so there it is, right there. 1 day ago, Ryan Grubb from the Roll Tide Wire hired as Alabama offensive coordinator.
Gotcha.
How did you not see this?
I missed that.
I don't know how this did not come past you. Because you remember that he got fired from Seattle, even though Seattle had some of the best numbers.
Oh, I thought the firing was off.
Oh, it was horrible.
I think that was I don't know about horrible. There must have been something.
No, it was horrible. It was a horrible decision by Seattle. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha.
They should not have fired him. I know that he was hired as a friend hire, but he should not have been fired. Because their offense was not that bad. And so, okay, so Nick Sheridan will stay on staff, but his role is unclear. So their ex-OC, they don't know. Okay, so he is there, but Ryan Grubb is coming in as the OC. So I'm passing that along. I don't know.
Gotcha. No, I didn't realize they'd hired him. That's interesting.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No, I did. Back to NFL though. Connor Riley. We're talking about college. K-State offensive line coach went to Dallas, so he got promoted.
Dallas has got a weird team right now. Or Dallas is hiring a lot of weird guys.
I think he's a really good.
He is, but I don't know if you've noticed that they're hiring a lot of not big names.
I didn't know, but
Schottenheimer's bringing in a lot of
big names. We know him though. That's what's
we
funny,
know him. We played against him. We watched our teams play against him. I'm sorry,
correct.
We never played against him. If I played against him, we'd win all the time. Especially with Kenny as our offensive coordinator over here. Just don't run the ball on third down. But yeah, we OU has played against them because we're only 2 years in now into the SEC.
What also saw that Marshall Faulk got hired at Colorado.
Did he?
As the running backs coach.
I don't.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Sell cars? You do realize that Marshall Faulk has a huge car dealership,
just coaching
and it's just cute time. It's more cute time with Colorado. more cute time with Coach Prime. I don't know if you've noticed that.
It does seem like
so now you've got Marshall Faulk as your running back coach. Can he teach the kids to run like he did? Can you teach talent? There comes into that argument. Can you teach talent? I'm going to tell you right now. If I had to hire a running back coach, I would con Barry Sanders into coming in.
Yeah, but I mean,
I would con Emmett Smith into coming in.
Emmett maybe. Barry, he's weird. He's just different.
I know he is, weird, but I would con him into coming in. I would be like, I want you to teach my kids.
Well, I think that
to use your hips like Shakira.
Well, no, but I think
when the hips don't lie, but the hips do lie because you're like stopping and starting.
But sometimes just because you played it don't mean you can coach it. And
but we've seen all these ex-running backs, all these ex-great running backs' sons come into the league and they're trash.
Yeah, but have we seen a lot of really great running backs though turn out to be really great coaches?
DeMarco Murray was about the only one I could think of.
I mean, he's. I mean, I guess he's good. I mean, we've kind of.
I would have never thought Kellen Moore was being fought over.
Players like that are smart. He's cerebral.
I would have never thought somebody would be fighting over him.
I don't think anybody's fighting. I think he's got the Saints job and there is no fight. It's probably one of the worst.
Cowboys, Chargers.
Don't you think the Saints though was probably the worst opening?
Eagles.
Besides the Cowboys.
I'm just saying that his where he's coached. Do you imagine that in those places?
Yeah, but they haven't done bad.
I got it.
I mean, he is in the Super Bowl as the OC.
And he's went to the playoffs. We went to the playoffs with the Chargers and the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I promise
he went to Chargers with Chargers too.
I know, and if it wasn't because that shitty dumbass head coach,
the
Chargers,
bad decision he did.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I would have taken somebody like Walter Payton as a coach.
I haven't really kept up with anything else.
Well, you got to understand, Walter Payton was one of those guys that poor kid, worked heavy, and you would have thought that his kids would have been raised the same way, but they didn't. Just like Barry Sanders, kids not the same. I saw that OU was getting a legacy running back, Adrian Peterson's son.
Well, he's young.
Still, I saw that Adrian Peterson. Is Adrian Peterson teaching his son to feast or famine?
He looks legit though, this kid.
But is he teaching him feast or famine? That's the thing. A lot of these guys who are
probably
great
so
backs
because
are
Adrian
not teaching
Peterson's broke.
A lot of great quarterbacks are not teaching their kids feast or famine.
Yeah.
You got the Manning family, but that's different. Elway's son, nephew, whatever he was, he never made it.
Yeah, I think he was more blood on the wife's side, though, wasn't he? No, maybe not.
God, stop.
But
you know what I mean.
Matt Corral. Matt Corral.
That
was Elway's nephew.
Was it?
I think so.
Oh yeah, he's in the UFL.
I think so.
But you got to understand. Stop letting the money get in the way. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
Make the kids be hungry for.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how that works out with
your son's not
Sanders
even
boys.
You know what your son's hungry for?
Just food.
Ham sandwiches.
Yes. What was John Elway? Okay.
Yeah, John Elway. Jim Kelly. I forgot about Jim Kelly's nephews or something like that.
Oh. Hold on. It might be Jim Kelly.
No, it's John Elway. It's John Elway. It's John. It says it right there.
Well, no.
Oh no, it says.
Hold on.
I don't see anything about it.
Maybe it's John. You might be right. Maybe let's try Jim.
Didn't Jim Kelly's son or nephew go to Notre Dame?
Let's see. Well then, AI, you suck.
You gotta look up the right thing. You're terrible at this. Let's see.
Anything else on college?
No. I'm good. I just want to talk about that real quick. Elway's son, NFL. Oh, Jack Elway, and that looks like a. Sorry, wow. That looks like what is the cop picture? Let's see. He's 35 years old and not playing. He played for the Sun Devils in 2008. All right, now. Jim Kelly nephew.
Yeah, I thought.
Oh, here it is. Jim Kelly nephew. Ole Miss. What is that?
Yeah, it'd be
Chad
Kelly.
It's Chad Kelly.
Different Ole Miss quarterback.
And still.
Should have got the last name. Oh my word!
I told you, you're not looking it up right. All right. So softball started this week.
Yes.
OU women. Grand Slam.
To get it in the
bottom. Win against that. Was that a tournament or is that?
I don't know what the deal is on that one.
I didn't know what it was. I know that it started. I know they were playing San Diego State. Don't dab, girl. You're gonna lose the whole fucking day. Every time you dab, we learned not to dab from LeBron James, whatever the pitcher was for the Cleveland Indians, and football player. Oh, Cam Newton. You dab, you lose. 3 dabs, 3 losses.
Well, Oklahoma State, yeah, they're in Puerto Rico. They beat Florida State.
I'd love to go to Puerto Rico.
First game, and then Louisiana Tech beat them 6-1.
So they're in a tournament.
Yes,
are they in a tournament?
OSU beat them 6-1, and they turned around and won tonight against the Northern Colorado Bears. So, you ready to wrap it up? We can wrap it up before you split out. Anything else?
Are you sure?
Yeah. I don't have anything else.
Oh, I thought we were talking.
No.
I thought we were going to talk about that stupid trade.
We were going to talk about basketball.
The NBA trade where Chicago Bulls got fleeced, the Jazz got semi-fleeced, the Spurs
got some second-round picks. Though.
The Spurs made out like lions, and the Sacramento Kings somehow
they did okay too, though. I thought
best.
They did okay. Yeah, I thought the Kings, even though they gave up Fox, did okay. We'll delve into a little basketball. If you want to split for a second, if that's what you was going to do.
Yeah. I was gonna run. I'll be back. Right back.
No, so we can talk about. I'll lead way into Oklahoma State softball as you just bounce around on that chair. So beat Florida State, lose to Louisiana Tech, and I think they beat Northern California. I think is that what we got? The Bears, some Bears. Maybe it was just the Cal Bears. So that puts them 2-1. Then Oklahoma, the Oklahoma Sooners, currently right now they're playing Fullerton. Let's see if that has.
Cal State Fullerton.
See if that has went final for them. But Sean had mentioned they needed a grand slam in the first game to win that one. Give you a little bit. Cal State Fullerton, my bad. And this internet is killing me. Looks like 10-3 right there. 10-3 tonight for the lady softballers. So there you go. So 3-0 to start the season. Got the youngsters playing. We had a pitcher yesterday, the transfer, forget her name. She came in, pitched perfect game for her, and they won that. So anyway, softball is already started. So Oklahoma this year is obviously going to be different because of all the seniors they lost after the four-peats. Did get a lot of rumor mill about Netflix doing a documentary on the OU softball team. I don't know if how far they're going to follow them back from freshmen. I haven't got a lot of details. It's been pretty quiet, but it sounds like that might be a possible documentary that's being filmed or being worked on or putting together. So, but let's talk a little bit about the NBA. And I thought the trade deadline always is one of the most anticipated points of the year because you're not quite to the All-Star game. The Hounds of Baskerville are here at the station at our headquarters. So anyway, we get into the NBA.
Sorry, he's not being a good boy.
Get into the NBA and the trades, and everybody loves it. I was reading Sean some tweets the other day. It's like everybody enjoys the trade deadline more than they do the first half of the season, and some of that is
the trade deadline is the best part, especially with the stupidity that goes on.
And so some of that, and you watch, you watch a lot of people. So the big news, obviously, this year was Jimmy Butler. That's been Everybody knew he wanted.
That's been
he
our.
wanted out. He wanted out. He wanted out.
That's been our reality TV.
Yes.
Because we don't watch. Hey, get back in the house. We don't watch reality TV, but Jimmy Butler drama is our reality TV. Can you get closer to that and drink?
Sorry.
What happened in that time while everybody's watching the Jimmy Butler drama? It was what went down.
Dun, 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 and it's like
the Aaron Fox going.
Now that was
San
rumored
Antonio.
Too. That was rumored too. It was
still,
too.
But for how Sacramento conned Chicago and the Jazz to get into that trade, Sacramento made out like, thieves in the night. That's all I got to say about that. That was the dumbest trade. Now, Chicago has spent years building superstars and getting rid of them. Jimmy Buckets was one of them. DeMar Rosen, who they just sent Zach LaVine to go play with.
Zach LaVine, average player, above average, I guess.
But still.
But I think the key when the Kings talk
build
about
build a team with him, Rosen, and keep getting guys to come in, but they let them all go.
But you got a first round pick for 2025 via the Hornets.
No. You know what we got? We got our first round pick back. Chicago Bulls.
No, I'm talking about the Kings.
Oh.
They got the first round pick via the Hornets through, I don't know, was that through the Spurs? And then the 2027 Spurs pick. Then they got the 2031 first round pick through the Timberwolves. I don't know where that came from. And then they got the Bulls pick, the Nuggets second round.
Hold on.
And another second round pick. So.
Yeah, they got a second round pick via the Bulls.
So, yes, and then the Bulls got their first round back. What trade was that? What was that for?
I forgot what that was. You know what? We talked about it when it happened.
Kevin Huter?
Probably. We talked about it when it happened because I remember when that happened. And so we just got our fucking pick back. Thanks, Chicago. Chicago's burning down right now. I'll say the one good thing that has happened in Chicago in recent months. Stop. Was the firing? No, it was the firing of the Blackhawks coach. I will say Everfluss and the hiring. That was the hiring of Ben Johnson was a good thing.
You were going to say drafting Caleb Williams.
That is the second worst. No, that's actually first worst. But the firing of the Blackhawks coach was phenomenal. And now we need to get rid of Billy Donovan, and there's a train coming through.
I don't think it's Billy Donovan. I think ownership and
we've been a 500 team.
And you guys still top 5 in attendance, which is nuts.
Because everybody loves Chicago.
Well, because everybody thinks Michael Jordan's coming back out on there eventually, and everyone just goes to those games.
I needed to bring that up. Did you see Michael Jordan Jr. was busted for cocaine? And
allegedly, I could make some
drink driving.
Allegedly, I could.
Oh, it was not allegedly.
Allegedly, I could.
Hold on.
Allegedly, I could think of some people he might have got that from, or maybe got the genes from, but it could just be me.
Right, but anyways, he was busted. He let his car, his Lamborghini.
Oh, no, that don't stick out.
His Lamborghini SUV.
Hey, everybody,
on the tracks.
Drive about a 2010 Toyota Camry. No one will pay attention.
85 Honda Civic
hatchback.
Which by the way, I saw a 89. I want to say 90.
Okay, a little newer
hatchback.
Yeah, they're a little slicker,
here in our
they're a little longer.
Right, in our area, and it was hand painted matte black.
Hand painted, was it?
It was hand painted.
I like that.
And and the tag was randomly bolted onto the side. I mean, it was spray painted.
Love you,
Oklahoma.
It was great. Love you, Oklahoma.
So if you see that driving through Claremore,
maybe we're talking about you. No.
Anyways, Jordan Jr. was just busted for leaving his car on the tracks in Florida.
Obviously, the big trade though, Doncic.
Oh my God! Oh, and that's
all we had to talk about. Was Doncic going to essentially
Doncic to LA and AD to
and back to Dallas. And the kicker is that also I believe
but why did I?
Lakers did have to send their first round 20.
No. But I sent you the article. Why did they send Doncic? Why did they send Doncic to the Mavs or to the Lakers?
Well, I think there were some issues as far as health, stamina, conditioning.
White boy getting fat. White boy was on the Zion Williams diet.
Yeah, but I mean, you take white boy getting fat. I mean, you say that, but it's not going to be one of those. It's not going to be one of those things that is that anybody's ever going to sit there and go, well, wait a minute, didn't he just take us to the
NBA title
the championship game last year?
He did.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of silly. I think that's why everybody is freaked out in Dallas about the trade, and I would be too. You're going from 25 years old to Anthony Davis.
34.
Close to that. And now what you're going to have to worry about is how extreme now does Luka want to win a championship? Also, I think that Dallas knows. Or I'm sorry. I think that
it's all LeBron and Luka and Doncic.
I think the Lakers know that
that's all it is.
LeBron's out.
That's all it is.
And
it's all LeBron and Doncic.
Well, I think LeBron's out. I think they know that. I think he's only got a couple more years, and he's finished. So they wanted to find their next All-Star, and they only give up really a first-round pick. And what's nuts? Okay, and what's nuts is look what Paul George.
I would say that.
Look what we got for Paul George in the trade.
Did you?
We got Shea and like 2 or 3 picks.
Kobe Bryant. Who was he drafted by?
Hornets.
Okay. How long did he play for the Hornets?
Never stepped foot with the Hornets.
Exactly. Who did he play his entire career with?
Lakers.
I did not realize that. I thought that he had spent a little bit of time there before going.
No,
I did not realize that he was fully with them with a 20-year career.
Yep.
I know that
Jerry West made that. Jerry West made that move.
But I know that Shaq had started on the Magic and went to
because the trade, if you remember, the trade looked.
Well, I saw it. Yeah, I
looked really bad. I think wasn't. What's his face involved?
Charlotte got ripped on it.
It looked good for Charlotte at the beginning. What was his name? Vlade. Vlade was part of that.
Oh, Divock was a part of a lot.
Yes.
Vlade was a lot of a part of it.
Yes.
Hey, Eli Manning didn't get to go to the NFL Hall of Fame. Let's clap about that.
Does that surprise you?
No. It kind of does.
Does to me.
I would say yeah. But who ended up in that class? Real quick, we're going to run into this. Frank Gore, Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Jason Witten, Phillip Rivers. Is that it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maximum 5. So, what do you say? Next year he'll be in? That's our crystal ball.
What are you talking about?
Oh, he's touching our crystal ball.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, if he wants it in his room, he can.
Yeah, I was looking at it. It didn't really say. It said
it's right here. It's Drew
June 26th to July 11th for Divock to agree to the deal, paving the way for Bryant to become a Laker. And then 7 days later.
But you remember that Vlade Divac left the Lakers.
And I didn't realize the same year they signed Shaquille.
But you remember that Vlade Divac left the Lakers to go to. Where you going, Bubba? You want to say?
Got Ralph's hair all over you.
But Vlade Divac left the Lakers and went to Sacramento.
No, he went to Charlotte.
No, but he left
later.
the Lakers. He came from Sacramento to the Lakers.
That's possible. That is possible.
I just remember he played on the Kings. I remember Vlade Divac was the Kings. Hey, go ahead.
Yes. There you go.
All right.
Yeah. So, so he never played. He never played for them. So. But no, I thought everybody is freaking out about the, Dallas. It still to me looks like a bad trade, and Dallas is really looking for this year and next. They got another big. And I think that's the competition between the 1 seed, the Thunder. they needed a big to compete on defense.
Right, and they were looking for that. And so, like I said, it was the Spurs.
You can talk sports?
It was the Spurs that fleeced literally everybody out of that, but yet the Sacramento Kings got the better end after De'Aaron Fox was let go. Because they got more out of it than the Spurs.
What are we talking about?
The trade.
Which trade?
Remember, De'Aaron Fox went to...
Oh, I wasn't talking about that trade. I was talking about the
Donkey.
I was talking the Donkey deal.
Okay, yeah, but the Donkey... I'm just saying.
Oh, you're talking about comparing and everything.
All the trades. You got to look at all. I'm saying.
I see what the Spurs are doing, not for this year. Dallas is doing for this year. Type.
Right.
So, no.
All right, we're looking at Vlade Divac. Vlade Divac, Lakers, 89-96. Then went to the Hornets.
Then the Kings.
Then played in Cervena.
Yeah, I didn't realize he came back to the Lakers.
Went to the Kings and then back to the Lakers.
That's correct. No, that's correct. Yeah.
I just remember that he had went.
And was the general manager, I think, of the Kings and was horrible.
He was. Not general manager, player personnel, wasn't he?
Nah, he was the head guy.
Hold on. We're ready to run through this. I swear that he...
Chiefs or Eagles, Jason?
Yeah, what do you got, Bubba?
Chiefs or Eagles?
Chiefs.
Big score or little score?
Big.
Big. We're going to win big?
Okay. Lakers scout in 05.
Keep going.
I think they're maybe
Sacramento front office.
Well, what do you think?
I think they'll win.
Yeah.
Initial advisory.
The Eagles.
Say what now?
I changed my mind about the Eagles.
Going with the Eagles?
No.
Oh, going with
Chiefs.
2015 GM.
Yeah, GM. That's what I thought. Yeah. And then it was pretty bad after that.
Oh yeah.
They fired him.
So you're taking Eagles, Bubba?
No, is that
you?
No,
he's up there.
Let me see.
So you're taking the Eagles? What are you taking points for the Eagles?
Give us a score.
Kaysen, what do you got for points?
2.
How many points?
No, 2 points. No, the Eagles. Eagles and Chiefs. What's the score?
Yeah, what total points?
Total points.
Between the
Add them together. What do you think? Let's pick some.
Of what?
Of the score.
Touchdowns.
Yeah.
You came into our podcast and you're live.
You got to get you're on.
You're with us. How many points will the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs score together?
Together.
I don't know.
Kenny can't hire them.
Throw out a number.
5 for the Chiefs.
Okay.
And 4.
That turned. He said 34.
I wanted it for 4 because
I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to help him out.
the Eagles suck.
Yeah.
You little.
That comes from a Cowboys fan, though. But anyway.
Well, his
not really
mother
a
is not the
Cowboys
most
fan
trustworthy
anymore.
person that we know. So
Like the Buccaneers, do you?
no.
Say, go Baker. Go
Yeah,
Bucks.
don't be like your
Go
dad.
Baker.
Yeah.
No, hey. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, by the way, you do know that wide receiver, OU wide receiver is up for free agency. Do you think Tampa Bay re-signs him?
Oh, you talking about Sterling?
Yes, Sterling Shepard.
Yeah.
Is.
Maybe
Do you think they bring him
depending
back?
on the Chief. Depending on the Chief.
Do you
One thing about
do
going
you
back
think
to
they bring him back as a base contract?
the basketball, going back, DeAndre Hunter was the best trade, though, I thought.
De'Aaron Fox or DeAndre
No,
Hunter?
DeAndre Hunter for
Where
the
did DeAndre
Cavs.
Hunter?
Yes.
Oh, did he go to the
Got him
Cavs?
from the Hawks. Yes, I
You
thought that
see-
was.
you
I thought that was the best pickup for a team that's really damn good and just.
See, I
got
didn't even
better.
see that. I did not even see the Cavs do a
You
trade.
think
Yes.
what score what the Chiefs or the Eagles get?
No,
You think-
together,
Me,
combined.
I got
Combined.
54 points.
I took
What?
64.
I got Eagles 31, Chiefs 23.
Okay.
And then Sean had 31 to 15
Okay.
Eagles.
But that was what was in my head.
You've
at
got
that
5 to
time,
4, and if
I
that's
have-
the score, we're going to be rich. Posting this.
two sacks,
Two safeties.
3 safeties.
I'll be
Three
like-
safeties.
3 safeties and a field goal. Ladies and gentlemen, the baby boy has spoken.
You're like the cat that puts the balls in the basket, or where's the hats? It's the dog in the basket.
The otter.
Yeah,
Like, want my hat.
Also, European League of Football released their first video this week, and it was...
and it caught the attention of 3 people. Sean was one of them. Thank you.
And I watched it 5 times. It was about, the movements that's going on in their league right now.
Lots of movement.
Remember the UFL starts March 28th?
Yes, that's it.
Write that down.
March 28th. Cool.
Dad.
Hey, you know what? We might be able to catch a Birmingham Pens game if you want to go that far into Alabama early in the year.
I need to do the guest song, please. Guess them.
What's that?
The guest song, remember?
Which one's that? Oh, no. We're gonna cut this off here.
Yeah.
So anything else? So Super Bowl, Kaysen, you've got the Chiefs winning. Okay. We've both got the Eagles, so we'll see how it turns out. That's in 2 days. Less than 2 days. We'll see you Sunday. All right, we'll see you next week.
What are we doing Sunday?
We'll do something. We'll watch the game, won't we?
We'll be together
forever. All right, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Kaysen, for joining us too. And
thank you, Jason, for jumping in.
Yeah, your
to our third position.
Yeah. All right, talk to y'all next week. Thanks.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.